Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you how to graph on Google Sheets. So here's our lab, our verifying velocity lab. Everybody should have already answered the pre-lab questions and come down and filled in the rest of your data table. So we have our distances here, we have our positions here, and our times here. So first thing we have to do is it says it wants us to graph. So we're gonna have to make two graphs. One graph is going to be for car 1, and one graph is going to be for car 2. So you're asked, what are we going to graph? Well, it says position versus the time. In this case, time will be on our x, and position will be on our y-axis. So to my right, I have Google Sheets open. I'm always going to put my x-axis numbers on my A column, right? You always want to put that in the column before your y-axis, right? If I was to put it on D and E, make sure that the x goes on the D, the y then will go on the E. Y always has to go after the x-axis. So I put my times here, 2 through 20. For my y-axis, right, so this is going to go in my B column, I'm going to use the position, right, for car 1, position for car 1. I typed all my positions in. So now it's time to graph. I'm going to click on the top of 0, and I'm going to highlight. Make sure everything is highlighted. We come up, click Insert. We will click Chart. So once you click Chart, we get this. We don't want this, right? We want a scatter plot. So we're going to come, and we are going to go to the top. It says Chart Type. We do not want a column chart, so we're going to scroll down. We will get scatter plot. Now looking at that, here's our plot, right? But we're missing stuff to this graph. We're missing titles. We're missing slopes. So with that, we have to click back on our line, right? To get back up to our little title that we had. Most of you guys were already on that title, so you can stay there. And we're going to go to Customize. Once you go to Customize, you're going to click on the Chart and Axis title. So for your chart title, you will then make a title for it. We're going to title this Position versus Time for car 1. Specific, make everything precise. So car 1. Let me get rid of those little spaces. Those spaces don't look good. Cool. For car 1. Well, now let's do that horizontal. We know on the horizontal, that's going to be our time. So we're going to click and type in time. Do not forget, you want to include the unit. So time is measured in seconds. Coming back up, we then click on our vertical axis. That is position. So type in position. And we know that our position here is labeled in centimeters. Well, there we go. Now our graph is labeled, right? Now we have to do a line of best fit. So for that, we will click on Series. Come down and you see this thing, Trend Line. Click Trend Line. Well, now that gives us our line of best fit. We then come down and click Label, Use Equation. And now, if you see at the top of your screen, you then will have your y equals mx plus b equation. This right here, the number in front of the x, right, the m, that is your slope. That's going to be 18.9. That is your slope. Again, 18.9, right? You got to think about what is your units going to be for the slope. So guys, that's how you make a graph on Google Sheets. Once you have done this for car 1, you can do it again for car 2.